My upstairs neighbor blasts music and does aerobics every day before 5 a.m. Keeps the whole building awake. Anyone who goes to complain, she just lies down and plays dead, demanding compensation. Even the cops can't do anything. Half the building moved out. And I, fresh out of a mental hospital, moved in because the rent was dirt cheap. When I signed the lease, the landlord told me, if the crazy lady upstairs is too noisy, just put up with it and don't provoke her, she's mentally ill. I definitely won't provoke her. But if she provokes me, I'm gonna destroy her. I've had mental illness since childhood. Gotta check into a psych ward every so often. Not long ago, I just got out of the mental hospital. Didn't have much money, so I looked for cheap places online. I was planning to rent a small rural apartment, but to my surprise, I found a place in the city center with an elevator, cheaper than rural housing. No hesitation. I grabbed my backpack, signed the lease, and moved in. The day I moved in, the landlord told me the truth. The reason this place was so cheap was because of the crazy lady upstairs. Every morning before 5 a.m., she'd blast music and do aerobics upstairs. Told me to just tolerate it. I didn't believe it at first. But the next morning, while I was flying around in my dreams, suddenly this massive music blasted outside. Then I felt the ceiling above me violently shaking. Instantly, I shot up from bed, and my hand had already grabbed the fruit knife on my nightstand. After all, I'm certified. Even if I killed someone, worst case, I just get locked in a mental hospital. But I calmed myself down. I just got out of the mental hospital. I didn't want to go back that fast. After calming down, I grabbed a handful of pills from the drawer, shoved them in my mouth, then threw on some clothes and headed upstairs to see what was going on. When I opened my door, I noticed several neighbors had their doors cracked open, watching to see if I'd go up. When I actually hit the elevator button to go upstairs, suddenly an old lady from next door came out and warned me. Young man, I'm telling you, don't go up there. That woman upstairs is vicious. If you say anything to her, she'll immediately lie down, play dead, and extort you. Hearing the old lady's words, I smiled. She's faking it, but I'm actually mentally ill. I'm confident dealing with this horrible neighbor will be easy. Once upstairs, I knocked on her door. The music inside was so loud she couldn't hear anything. Just as I was losing patience and about to completely lose it, the door suddenly opened. A middle-aged woman's face appeared. What? I'm doing aerobics in my own home. Got a problem? I'd taken a mouthful of pills specifically to come up here and talk to her calmly. But the moment I saw this woman's bitter face and heard her tone, it instantly reminded me of those annoying nurses at the mental hospital. Instantly, I couldn't hold back. You and your mom's aerobics at the crack of dawn. You old hag, you don't sleep, but I need to. If you dare stomp above my head one more time, you believe I'll cut you? My tone was harsh, but this woman was even harsher. Before I even finished speaking, she yanked the door wide open, hands on her hips, pointing at my nose and started screaming back. And she didn't just yell, she started getting physical too. The moment her finger barely touched me, I saw several doors from other apartments had opened. People watching us. Right then, I threw myself backwards hard, fell straight to the ground and started yelling, "Help! Help! She's hitting me!" When the neighbors saw something happen to me, they all cooperated beautifully. Within seconds, they all rushed out showing concern, asking if I needed to call the cops or go to the hospital. Yes, call the cops, go to the hospital. And I need these kind neighbors to be witnesses. I didn't do it. He fell down by himself. I didn't touch him. But these kind neighbors really hated her. Now that they had a chance to get her, every one of them said, "We all saw it. You pushed this young man down. Get ready to pay up." The cops came quickly. With all the neighbors testifying, I got taken to the hospital, while that woman got taken by the police. Even though I only had minor scrapes, with the cops mediating, that woman still paid me $2,000. You little punk, you wait. I've got ways to deal with you. Hearing that, I laughed. We'll see who deals with who. That night, I went to bed early. The next morning at 5 a.m., massive music blasted from upstairs again. The vibrations felt like they were stomping directly on my skull. I knew the lady upstairs was deliberately messing with me. That's why she was stomping harder than usual. When I opened my door to go out, I found several neighbors had opened their doors too, especially that old lady, her eyes full of hopeful expectation. After all, yesterday I not only dealt with that woman but also made her pay $2,000. The whole complex heard about it. But today I really wasn't planning to go upstairs and argue with her directly. A trick only works once. Use it a second time and it's no fun. Seeing me get in the elevator, going down instead. I heard sighs echoing in the hallway. Guess they all thought I chickened out. Around 9 a.m. after I finished breakfast and bought some pork trotters on my way back, I learned that lady upstairs had been stomping for a full 4 hours today, from after 5 a.m. all the way till after 9, and the volume was way louder than usual. All the neighbors were sighing, not knowing what to do. Some even mentioned there was this one guy who was pretty bold, argued with that woman and got $2,000 out of it, but didn't know why he didn't show up today. Probably got scared. After all, that woman's a psycho. Anyone would be afraid of her. Hearing what the neighbors said, I laughed. Who's afraid of who? I'm a certified psycho. How could I be afraid of that crazy woman? I just have other plans right now.